biggest story in MLS during July was the return of David Beckham from AC Milan. The English international returned to a surging LA team that had won its last 3 games on the strength of its defense. Beckham would make his season debut against league bottom feeders New York in the second game of a 4-game road stretch.
We do better on the road. It was David's first game back, so we had a lot of energy. We're all excited. The fans were excited in New York to get 3 goals in the first half. Were all brilliant goals, great strikes, and it helps the defense in the mindset that not that we lose a play, but it's not going to crush the team. But obviously you want to start off well, so to do that away is good.
The Galaxy led 3-0 late in the game, but couldn't quite hold on to the shutout as 2 Omar Gonzalez handballs resulted in penalty kicks for the Red Bulls.
The 2 handballs at New York, just need to keep my hands down, and the last 10 minutes, the ref's just trying to find things to call, and there's another learning experience, and I just got to learn from that, and I think I'm growing, so it's good.
The next game for the Galaxy would be against another struggling team, the Kansas City Wizards, who had only managed 2 wins since April.
This first time playing Kansas City, I'm not sure I like the field too much. It's really small. Every clearance from the defender is a breakaway for your team. So that was a tough thing. It wasn't really too many ball possessions. Just the field is so small, you can't really keep the ball too well. So that was a challenge for me, and I don't know, they have a new field coming, so I'm glad about that.
The Galaxy would take the lead on a great goal from Landon Donovan, but just 7 minutes later, Claudio Lopez would hit the goal of his life to level the score, thanks in part to an Omar Gonzalez mistake.
I thought that I had enough time to take a touch. If I would have taken a good touch, I would have been fine, but took a bad touch, and Lopez took one touch and just hit it from midfield, and so I could have done things different there, maybe just cleared it out first time, but I didn't, and so I'm learning from that.
That game would end 1-1, but the Galaxy would redeem themselves in their following MLS game, away to New England, going up 2-0 in the 52nd minute.
We always start the game on fire on the road, and I think we've won most of the games on the road, if not tied them.
Being on the road it's a challenge, but obviously you're in a hotel. Time changes, all that kind of stuff. It bothers you a little bit, but that's why we go there to the East Coast a few days early to get acclimated with the weather or the time. You're obviously getting to know the guys a lot more being on the road. You have conversations that you don't have here when people go back home to their families and whatnot, but you're in a hotel with the guys 24/7, so it's good. We're all pretty confident right now in the way we're playing, so if we keep that up, it'll be a good ending.
Once again, however, the only thing preventing the Galaxy from collecting another clean sheet on the season was an Omar Gonzalez miscue.
David kind of got picked from his man that he was following, which led Omar to have to slide over a little bit late, and unfortunately got to trip him. So it's not something you like to see, but late in the games we got to do better as a team.
Through that stretch, LA had surpassed Seattle in the West. The once high-flying attack of the Sounders had disappeared, starting with a scoreless draw at home to Chicago.
More frustration. Reminds me a bit of the LA Galaxy game where we had a lot of chances, couldn't score, ended up with a draw, but we didn't play bad, so that's why we're a bit satisfied. It was a good performance. Created a lot of chances, but when you don't score one and it keeps going and going and going and going, it becomes more difficult to score, We had some very good chances. I think if one of the earlier one goes in, then maybe it's 2 or 3 goals in the game, but we didn't do that, and so we leave it frustrated, but in the big picture, we're still sitting well in the league. Chicago's a very good team and we didn't lose, so we'll take that.
In the following match, the Sounders suffered their worst ever loss, 4-0 away to San Jose, though Zakuani was allowed to play a rare full 90.
We decided to go with 2 wingers and go with some speed up front and see what we could do. I also wanted to push Zakuani 90 minutes today. I wanted to toughen him up a little bit. I thought San Jose, finished their opportunities well, but I thought we gave them a lot. We've taken too many red cards this year, and we've got to stop taking them. We've just got to, again, shut up and play. And, it was preceded by, a little go at the referee from James, and we don't need that.
The scoreless streak would continue against RSL as Seattle would go down 1-0 away from home, but the tenor at training remained positive.
Everyone's been upbeat, people come back from injury, had time to work on some stuff, and so it's fun. Today was a lot of fun, we scrimmaged, guys looking good, working on things for Saturday, and so we're aware it's a big game on Saturday, so we're excited about that, and definitely just be relaxed, go into the game with confidence.
I mean, you can do all kinds of things. When I was at UCLA, I wore a Max Headroom mask to do my pregame talk. I mean, it's just sometimes a subtle reminder. Sometimes it's, you know, being a little firmer with them at times, you know, demanding a little more of ourselves in training. And sometimes you just need that break, you know. So sort of like the old thing, once the first one goes in, you know, then others will start to come. But it's just something, you know, that you go through, and sometimes all teams go through them. You know, that's why when you look at every team's history, there's always a streak of minutes where they haven't scored a goal. You know, we went through it last year in Columbus, I think, where we went like 4 games, right, about this time of the year where we didn't score.
Every team I've ever been a part of, no matter which level, you know, the lowest when I began at grassroots level to school level, you go through peaks and valleys, you know, good times, bad times. Right now we're just on a bad stretch, you know, and I think it takes one win and that turns around, confidence comes back in, goals go back in, you know.
Up next, Seattle would face the Galaxy in a match that would pit Zakuani directly against his fellow rookies, De La Garza and Gonzalez.
The LA game, I think, is enough motivation. It's a very big game, you know, we're right neck and neck with them in the table, and so that's enough motive for us to go there and try and get the win, you know.
Their top attacking players are lethal. Montero, Zakuani, Jakwa, they're all great attacking players, and they can get forward pretty well. But like you said, they've been struggling, but you can beat anybody on any given day. 2 of the defenders were in my rookie class, you know, they're rookies, and so they're good players. College players and stuff, but I already know in my head what I need to do. You know, I won't say right now, but I already know in my head what I need to do. He's #1 pick for a reason. He's a great player on the ball. He's got a lot of speed. He's a smart player. He makes good runs, and with his speed, you just try to keep a step ahead of him.
The game would bring even more excitement for Zakuani as he would be facing England legend David Beckham for the first time.
Obviously, growing up in England, he's one of the players we watched a lot, you know. He's been a legend on the national team for years, and so he's a very good player, you know, and we know what he can do, you know. But I think, you know, LA's been playing very well, and since he came back, they've been playing better, you know, so he's got a big effect on the team, and he's definitely someone you got to watch on the weekend. You always want to play against the big players, you know, the guys you see on TV. It's the same against Chelsea, against Barcelona, and so, you know, David Beckham is definitely one of those guys, you know. But at the same time, I think it's like we've been saying this week, we're going to go to LA and kind of make them think about us a lot more, you know. And so it'll be nice, you know, playing against him on our side. I know he's a good player. I'll be up for it, you know. But I think, you know, have them think about us a bit more would be nice.
Next time on Rookie Life, the Dog Days of Summer, Part 2.